Regina King, known for her powerful performances and emotional depth on screen, recently opened up in a heartfelt manner about a personal connection that brings her both joy and sorrow. Through visible tears, she expressed profound gratitude towards Sasha and Malia Obama for the genuine friendship they shared with her late son, Ian Alexander Jr. This revelation came during an appearance on a podcast hosted by Michelle Obama and her brother, where Regina reflected on the unexpected bonds that formed in her son's life. Ian, who tragically passed away by suicide a few years ago, had developed meaningful relationships that continue to resonate with Regina, helping her preserve his memory in positive ways. Regina specifically wanted to publicly acknowledge Malia, now in her late 20s, and Sasha in her mid-20s, for being wonderful friends to Ian. This thank you was delivered with raw emotion, underscoring the impact their companionship had on him and, by extension, on her as a mother. Interestingly, Regina admitted that she and her family were initially unaware of this friendship. She recounted a casual moment when Ian was preparing dinner, mentioning he was cooking for a girl named Sasha. At the time, Regina assumed it was just a friend or someone his acquaintance was seeing, not realizing it referred to one of the Obama daughters. This anecdote adds a touch of everyday normalcy to the story, showing how friendships can form organically without fanfare. Now, in hindsight, Regina cherishes that Sasha and Malia got to know Ian's true character. His kindness, thoughtfulness, and grounded nature. These qualities, she believes, allow his essence to live on through the memories others hold of him. Regina emphasized how Ian had a passion for sharing discoveries. Whenever he came across something new or interesting, he was eager to introduce it to those around him and explain it in detail. Both Malia and Sasha, according to Regina, can attest to this enthusiastic trait, which made interactions with him enriching and memorable. Michelle Obama, reflecting on this, shared that Ian was among the first friends her daughters made upon relocating to a new city. She praised Regina for raising him to be such a compassionate and well-rounded individual, qualities that evidently drew people towards him. This endorsement from Michelle adds another layer of warmth to the narrative, highlighting the cross-generational respect and admiration between the families. To honor Ian's legacy and keep creating new ways to remember him, Regina has embarked on a creative endeavor. She launched a wine label named in tribute to him, drawing from his spirit of creativity and his love for fostering connections among people. Regina explained that after his passing, there was a pause in forming new memories, so she sought avenues to resume that process. The idea for the wine came to her almost as a message from Ian himself, inspiring her to develop something that embodies sharing and enjoyment, much like he did in life. This isn't the first instance where Regina has spoken openly about her grief and the journey of healing. In a previous interview, she discussed the importance of addressing the full spectrum of emotions following such a loss. She described grief as love that has nowhere to go, a poignant metaphor that captures the lingering affection and pain. Regina stressed her commitment to honoring Ian in his entirety, speaking of him in the present tense to affirm that his presence remains with her always. Expanding on these themes, Regina's story illustrates the profound ways in which friendships can transcend backgrounds and circumstances. Ian's bond with Sasha and Malia, daughters of a former president, shows that true connections are based on shared values and personalities rather than status. The surprise element, Regina not knowing initially, adds a relatable human touch, reminding us that parents often learn about their children's lives in unexpected ways. Ian's enthusiasm for sharing knowledge reflects a curious and generous soul. Whether it was a new recipe, a book, or an idea, his desire to spread joy through discovery likely made him a cherished friend. Malia and Sasha's experiences with him preserve these aspects, ensuring his influence endures. Michelle's caption on the podcast clip reinforces this, noting Ian's early friendship role and praising his upbringing. It speaks to Regina's parenting, which instilled values that fostered such relationships. The Wine Label Initiative is a beautiful tribute, transforming grief into creation. By associating it with Ian's love for connection, Regina keeps his memory alive in a tangible, celebratory form. Regina's views on grief emphasize honoring the whole person, not just the loss. Speaking in the present keeps Ian's spirit vibrant, aiding in coping. This narrative of loss, gratitude, and remembrance resonates universally, showing how friendships and creative outlets help navigate sorrow. Regina's tears during the podcast reveal the depth of her emotions, yet her words convey strength and hope. The Obama family's involvement adds a layer of public interest, but at its core it's about human bonds. Ian's cooking story humanizes the tale, blending everyday life with profound reflections. Ultimately, Regina's public thanks and ongoing tributes ensure Ian's legacy of kindness and curiosity.